Here we are, all ready to take this thing away. Just gotta probably check the tires, make sure they got enough air to roll this thing decently. And get this thing out of here in no time. It's starting to roll. Okay.
Good deal.
All right, we got this thing hoisted onto here with our trusty 15-year-old Walmart winch, $50 Walmart winch. That went pretty well. Look at the divots this thing left. This is how long it's been sitting here. This thing left like it's like a 4-inch divot.
Been there for 20 years,
I think, yeah, the early 2000, maybe like, I don't know,
18 years. Or
04 or something like that. So, yeah. So you didn't even need any wheel chocks because the thing just sunk itself into its own little.
it wasn't going nowhere.
Oh look, there's this here. This is the windshield.
Oh, cool.
Somehow we missed that last time.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look at this Model A. We just unloaded it from the trailer. Trip went pretty well, no problems. Didn't lose any pieces. We took all the loose stuff off and we have it back over there, and we'll take a look at that later. So as you can see, what we have here is a Model A Coupe. We believe it to be a 1931. It could possibly be a late 30, and it's just got the wrong radiator shell with it. Obviously somebody else took this apart a long time ago. This was probably sitting in a barn forever. You can see here and there's evidence of somebody trying to start some half-assed semblance of restoration. Over here there's been some sanding and some priming going on and stuff like that, and it's got New York license plates on it that expired in November of 1972. And as you can see here, we've got a 1971 New York State inspection sticker on the windshield, which is right next to our horde of engines here. This is the engine from the Model A. It's locked up. We're hoping that we can free it up. It's got some fluids and things soaking in it in the cylinders now. It's actually been there for a while, and our plan is to attach a weight, attach a bar to the front of the crankshaft bolt there, probably a long bar, and have a weight hanging off of it. And from what people have shown, that's a pretty good way to free these things up if they're just rusted, stuck from sitting. Not sure that this is the motor that actually came out of the Model A. I mean, obviously it came out of a Model A, but I don't think it came out of that one, and I'll show you why. See this here? This is an aftermarket heater. You know, these cars didn't have heat. So this is, you know, there was all kinds of aftermarket heater things, and this is one that works off the exhaust. So it's basically, I think it is your exhaust manifold. I guess it replaces the exhaust manifold. And there would be a pipe on this side, right there, that would come off of the this manifold and go into a little door that would be in the firewall. I think this thing is made by Otwell, if I remember right. I think it was Otwell. See, so there would be a some kind of a door or something, or a hole of some sort right here, and there's no evidence of it ever having anything like that. So I think this motor was out of something else. We got some nice Garfield brand tires that somehow still hold air. They're probably from the 60s. They're dry rotted, of course. They make for a good roller though, but they've got excellent tread. Nylon. Yeah, Garfield. So we take a look inside here. I believe this is the spring assembly for the rumble seat part. If you look in there, there's nothing. Yeah, so I don't think that there ever was a hole here, which means this motor did not come from this car. Let's take a look at the inside while we're in here. Oh, there's the ignition switch, and there's the gas gauge, and the instrument panel would be there. Obviously somebody has gutted this interior at some point. You can see there was some red cloth here, some red vinyl. My guess is this thing was probably, somebody did some work on this thing probably in the 50s and stuff with these colors that was sort of popular then. Yeah, obviously originally they didn't have bright red vinyl. Well, there's not much to see in here. Pretty well gutted. Wood's all in good shape though. And let's see. All the cranks and everything are gone. Yeah, there's the window. Looks like it had a two-tone paint scheme going on at one point. That's just one door. So I think somebody painted this tan on here probably back in the 70s or something. 60s maybe, who knows. But you can see here, this door had never been painted. It looks like it was primed, but it had never been repainted. You can see some brown paint on here. And if you look here under this tan, you can see some more of that dark brown paint. So it was probably like a two-tone. You know, maybe this tan was the original lower color, and maybe it wasn't. I don't really know. When we get into it a little bit more, I guess we'll find out. Maybe the whole thing was dark brown. I don't know. I think the fenders and running boards, I think, were always black. That's that's where your spare tire would go. Go around the back of the Model A. Again, you can see some body work had been done here. Yeah, actually, hey, take a look at this. You can see here that when they sprayed this area, they just kind of stopped. You know, this primer looks like it's, let's see if we can see. Is the primer over the tan paint, or is the tan paint over the primer? Yeah, I think the tan paint's over the primer. So yeah, somebody gave up on this a long freaking time ago. Oh, hey, look at that. That's a nice bee's nest we get for free. Let's take a look at the rumble seat. You can tell it's the rumble seat car because the handle's up here. If it was just a regular trunk, the handle would be down there. All right, let's see what we got here. I think these are floorboard pieces, which are obviously shot, but they make a good template. We got a radiator in there. Here's our radiator shell. This is definitely a 1931 radiator shell. Needs to be painted black. There's a radiator. That looks like something for the spare tire. And another thing for the spare tire, and then a bunch of go around the other side. Those red D-shaped things there, those would go on the inside of the rear windows. And those big round pieces of metal there, I believe, will have something to do with either holding the fender to the car or holding the spare tire to the fender. So not much to see in here really. That's your rumble seat compartment. And take a look. Open this door. Ow! Would be nice to have the window cranks back. Looks like the glass on... Oh no, that one's broken. Yeah. Looks like yeah, so that one's a passenger window shot. This one I think is okay. Oh, no, wait. No, there's a crack through the glass right there. Yeah, shoot. So both these, yeah, look at that. Both these windows are shot. Interesting. Well, let's see, we got one very, very old battery in there. Yeah, I wonder, Dave, did somebody start doing work to this thing like in the 70s? Or did it like sit around for a long time just as it was when it was taken off the road, and, you know, maybe in the 80s or something, somebody started... Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering if this thing like sat in a barn for like 20 years untouched, all original, before somebody bought it maybe in the 80s or the 90s and started doing something. Yeah. Yeah, so who knows when all this quote-unquote work had been done. Maybe it was done in the 70s. Maybe it was done in the 80s or 90s. Well, let's take a look underneath this thing and show you how nice and clean it is. All right, let's take a look under this car. Wow, even the underside is painted tan. See overspray on stuff. Axle's a little moist. Everything's nicely painted under here. There's your exhaust pipe. I think we got some electrical wires. That's probably for the tail light. The brakes still work on this, which is good. Under here looks pretty good. Some paint peeling there, but generally looks alright. Nice, it's not bad under here. Not bad at all. Alright, let's take a look at it from the front. Alright, here we are under the front. Let's see. Oh, it's not too bad as far as rust goes. That's your transmission. Looks like it's also a little drippy. This looks pretty good. Oh yeah, look. This is that's what we saw in the trunk. Was the one of these. So this must have been for the other fender, the one that's missing. It's this little well that goes in here. Looks like it's welded in. Or maybe it's not welded in. Riveted. No, it's spot welded, I think. Yeah, I think it's spot welded. Alright. Muffler looks like a muffler. I guess. That must have attached to something underneath the transmission there. You can see there's like a mounting point. Something missing from it. Kind of sucks that somebody already took this thing apart, because it means that we got to figure out like, oh, what are we missing? We don't really know, because we don't know these cars well enough. Let's see. So far, I think all these controls work. Let's take a look on the gas tank. Oh, it's got a strainer. Does it come out? Let me get that out. Full of dust and dead bugs. Let's see what the inside of the gas tank looks like, huh? Dirty. Sort of shellacky looking. A lot of sediment in there. I'm not seeing much rut, like in the way of rust, though. Of course, this is not easy for the camera to pick up any of this, unfortunately. It, like, doesn't want to focus or whatever. Well, I'll take my word for it. It's shellacky and gross, but not rusty, so I don't know what we can do about that. Oh, look, there's the float. Of course, again, the camera won't pick that up. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we are. Now we can... Oh. Yeah, see? Focus, you bastard. Doesn't that look good? Alright. Now, let's see. The tops of these cars had some kind of a vinyl thing that covered them. May have had something under it. But supposedly, I guess, metal stamping technology at that time was not advanced to the point to be able to do this all in a one-piece, this whole roof in a one-piece stamping, so they just had to leave it open. Now this here, I imagine it's not supposed to be this way. So something must have let go here. Maybe this stuff was, I don't know, little, not sure what held this, the front piece of the visor over the windshield. This side's the same way. See, there's a big height difference here. So, I'm not 100% sure about that. I wonder if this visor's piece is sunken down, if this is up for some reason. I don't know. There's some old inside headliner type material. Looks like some sort of a red cardboardy substance. Yeah, look, you can see it up there. I guess that covered the interior trim panels, basically. Now you can see this car have a fixed rear window, so it is not the deluxe coupe. The deluxe coupe had a rear window that rolled down. Let's take a look at our controls. Well, this is your headlight switch. It seems free. That seems to work. This moves up and down. This moves. What else do we have? Obviously that's not going anywhere, so that should be fine. And the transmission moves in and out of the gears, so that's a good thing. I think this clutch pedal's seized. Ugh, yeah. And so is the foot brake pedal. But the hand brake works. We were using that when we backed it off the trailer. Well, let's take a look at the Boxo stuff that this thing came with. Well, for starters, there's its hood over there. Alright, so let's see what we got here. This we actually bought when we were fixing up the Doc's Model A. So we bought enough to do our own too. Let's see. Mouse chewed box. Alright, let's see what we got in this box. Well, obviously rodents. That's definitely number one. Oh yeah, here's a rear view mirror. I don't know that that's salvageable, but maybe. Oh, here's the other stoplight. Nice. That looks like it's in good condition. Duo lamp. Duo means two, and lamp means lamp. That much, I'm sure. This I think goes on the runner board. I think it's like a little step point, so you won't slip. This is some sort of a rubber seal, which probably is no good and can go right in the trash. I don't know what this is. Maybe something to do with the underside of the fender. Support for under the fender, maybe? Okay, here's some cloth thing. Yeah, these are some kind of seals, maybe for the windows or around the hood or something. Don't know where this goes. Looks like one of those dealies you use to put on your gutter downspout. Oh, hey, look, it's the a nice mousepiece destroyed instrument panel. Bezel, yeah. So this is the 1931 style, but I think it was also used in the late 1930s, and I believe this is actually what Doc Hudson's truck had. And his is a 30, so. Oh, hey, this one actually might clean up all right. These look like they were new at some point. See how there's no scratches from where the ignition switch would have went through? It's rusty underneath though, but maybe the visible parts of it can be cleaned up well enough. That's a shame. Fucking mice. Hey, you furry bastard. Alright, let's see what we got in this big tub. Here's the two little pieces of window glass. And the big piece for the rear window. I'll just put them someplace. Hey, we got a gasket of intake or exhaust. Oh, no. Duh, not intake, I guess. Maybe it is. Well, it's some kind of a gasket. Wait a minute. It's got 6 holes. What the hell is this for? Does the intake and exhaust share a gasket somehow?
I think the manifold is on the same side.
It is, yeah.
But
That's not enough holes. I don't know what this is. It seems wrong. I think this is a wiper blade. Velcro. Some other gasket. Hey, looks like another stoplight. Yeah, another stoplight. Something came in a Ford bag. Is that this? Genuine Ford parts, huh? Oh, these are the little side lamps that go on the front. The deluxe ones, cars got these. Looks like this is the other one here. That's good. Although I didn't see holes for that. I don't believe that was a deluxe coupe. Somebody maybe bought that to make it a deluxe. This is obviously a headlight lens. This has been pooped in. Headlight bulb. Another lens. Oh, these are side steps of some variety. I believe these again go somewhere on the running board. A whole bunch of new looking parts. Antique Ford parts. This looks old though. A whole bunch of small stuff in here. Here's something that's still good, I'm sure. Scotch Seal Clear Sealant. This looks like it's from the 70s. That's probably no good. Hey, window crank. Brand new in bag. Here's another. Another seal that's been destroyed by fucking animals. This looks like a rearview mirror that again has been pissed on. The Model A parts you're holding has been pissed on. More at 11. Ew. I really should probably be wearing gloves. Oh, here's another fucked mirror. I mean, the glass is good, but Jesus, look at the metal. You know, mouse urine's very acidic, so this is bad. Everything is... God, this is disgusting. A huge mouse nest in here. Here's another window crank. Yeah, this is all from when it was sitting. This is not new damage. This looks like a fuel filter. A huge fuel filter. I don't think a car like this would use that. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through this stuff and clean it. Here's an old radiator hose. Hard as a rock. Is this another stoplight? Or is that the one I found before? Door pull? Oh. I don't know what that is. All this stuff in bags. Bolts, nuts and bolts and things. All kinds of springs. Here's another door pull. Some plastic, Bakelite plastic thing. Probably a junction block of some kind. What's in here? Ugh. Bolts. Hey, here's an old ass wrench. Hey, here's some lug nuts. Don't look like they'd be for that Model A. I think all this stuff has to be gone through and cleaned at some point. Anyway, that's the bulk of what's in here. Oh, here's that radiator pipe. We need that. And looks like the inner reflector of one of the headlights. I'm not seeing the other one here. Here's some more of those step thingies. Okay, well, this has been great. Well, exciting stuff. Now we got one more thing around here that goes to that car. This might be a head gasket here. A little thin looking for a head gasket. Check this out. This is a very decent looking wood grained dash top. Look at that. Somehow this thing managed to survive, which is great. It looks really nice. It's amazing that I mean, this is probably a replacement piece. It's got this red primer on the back, but still, I'm just amazed that it didn't get damaged. Well, here's another thing it came with. It's got the grill guard, or rather the radiator guard. I guess to prevent damage from flying objects at your radiator. And it's a little bit of rust on it, but I think with some steel wool and oil it'll probably clean up nice. So nice to have that. All right, well, that is everything. Pretty much. Someday when I have gloves, a mask, and a vacuum cleaner, I'll go through that bag of mostly mouse nests and pull out what's salvageable. But yeah, it's a Model A. Sweet car. At some point, we will actually put it together. Right now, we have some shuffling of things to do around here, and we'll find this car a little spot in here to be. And I think our first order of business with this car is going to be trying to see if we can get that motor freed up, because for ownership purposes, it goes by the number that's on the motor, so we need to get that kind of together, and we're hoping to maybe get that to run and put it in here so that we can get a what's called a VIN verification done. The state of Connecticut has to verify that in this case, the motor has the number that you say it does, and blah, 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 matches your sale, bill of sale, and all that junk, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. A car this old, you just throw the rule book out the window. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll keep you updated.